Just now. Shekhar, good morning. So, what next? I mean, there's of course still some confusion on from the Pakistan side. We of course will take the army's version, but from here on, how do you see the possible Pakistan reaction? Because that is going to be the next important trigger from our point of view.
Well, I think the fact that Pakistan has once again thrown the cloak of deniability over itself tells you that either they don't want to escalate it, or they want to take their time figuring out how to do it, when to do it, where to do it. It's very difficult to say what they're doing, but remember that in Kargil, Pakistan denied that their troops were there until months into the until weeks, I would say, month and a half into the battle, until almost 300-400 Pakistani soldiers, regular soldiers, had died. So denial for Pakistan is not a new thing. Now the fact is, you can always have arguments about how successful the raids were, how deep the raids were, but the very fact that India has made a public statement about these raids shifts the bar in this ongoing low-level conflict, because raids have taken place in the past also from both sides, Indian as well as Pakistani, but I think more from the Indian side, countering incidents of terrorist infiltration and violence. But this time, Government of India has talked about this. It has made a global disclosure that they've done it. So that is the big change. Let us see. I think we have to watch. My expectation is that Pakistanis will not escalate it too much. They'll treat this, they will underplay this as they have done so far, and then claim that they've inflicted a lot of damage on India in cross-border, across LOC firings. But yes, you can never be sure.
Okay, so Shekhar, therefore, what should we be prepared for? Should we prepare that, after all, our reply was 11 days after Uri. So should we also expect that maybe 2-3 weeks can as well lapse and we can still expect a response? Is an escalation still possible?
Well, I think the one thing you can be sure of is that line of control has once again been lit up, and there will be fireworks there for quite some time. You're heading for a phase of violence along the line of control. So the peace that prevailed there for many years, or relative peace that prevailed there for many years, is now over. So you could go back to a 2002, 2003 kind of situation when there were daily firings and daily casualties on either side. But as long as it remains along the LOC, both countries are sort of used to it. It's like diabetes. You get used to managing it, and you make a few compromises and you get your medication and you're fine. But if it escalates beyond that, if there's a major terror strike inside India or deeper inside India, or any high-profile targets are attacked, then this could spin out of control. But that could happen in any case with Pakistan, because you see, since Mr. Modi's visit to Lahore, there's been the attack on Gurdaspur, yes, which I would say failed, although we lost the life of a police SP there. There was the attack on Pathankot, which also I would say failed, because although we lost the life of a lieutenant colonel and 6 others, because those attacks did not achieve their objectives. Gurdaspur attackers were going to blow up a train. Pathankot attackers were going to blow up very important assets of Indian Air Force. Even the third attack is a partial failure, because these infiltrators did not succeed in reaching the officers' mess. They remained on the sort of periphery of the camp and burned a cookhouse. So any such attack, now India has lowered the threshold of an Indian response. So any such attack could invite a response once again. Okay. So I think Pakistanis will also have to take that into their calculations.
Okay, Shekhar, point taken. Of course, we'll try to touch base with you again if